So the margin is 4 points. There's the time remaining. And again, I think this season a few of the faithful have come from the Gold Coast to watch the Bears. That's terrific to see.
Well, we met their cheer squad over here last year. They drove down the combi band.
That's right. I think that was an element of them there. We just saw in that crowd shot. Wren again marks the kick in. Too tall for White. Lays it off to Jarman. He kicks well inside the attacking. Got the what a mark! Hodges.
Yeah, that certainly was a great mark by Scott Hodges. Nageri medalist and leading goal kicker. A couple of seasons ago here in the South Australian Football League, and there's a great mark over the top. Very big spring there from Scott Hodges.
What a fantastic grab. 24 today, and he kicks the goal. The Crows lead.
Yes, well, it's taken a while to find his feet at AFL level. Had a few injury problems last season, Scott Hodges. Had an arthroscope to rectify a knee problem. Wren on top of Darryl White at the moment, just using his body well to nudge him out, and there's a terrific mark over the top of Martin Leslie. And there's that very good action, kicking for goal. Good kick there for Hodges.
Back in the middle, and a tight contest. Crows lead by 2 points. What a mark that was by Hodges. And a free kick out of the middle, and it's coming to Tony McGuinness. Up towards half forward. Ingerson is there. Klug leaves it for him. Ingerson comes down with a top mark. High to full forward. What a great kick for the forward line. Leslie can't quite take the mark. Werner's back there applying the tackle. Whistle's gone. It's a Crows free kick right in front. Wern's tackle not good. And Hodges, well, he might have a happy birthday here today. He's got a free kick right in front. A minute after taking the mark of the day.
Yes, here's a free kick again. Wern just falling right into the back of Scott Hodges. No doubt about that free kick.
Kicked 7 in this game last year against the Bears, Scott Hodges. Best haul for the season. Kicked only 30 for the year. But he's got 2 already today, I think. So the Crows, 3-2 into the breeze, lead Brisbane 2 goals.
Yes, that's a great start by the Crows. And it's all starting in the centre square with Big Sean Wren doing well in the ruck. And Darryl White, around about 6'2" in the old scale, up against the bloke who's 6'6". And it's pretty hard to make up that those 4 inches. And Wren getting his hand to the ball first on most occasions.
Yes, I think White should be running, trying to work off Wren to either side, despite the fact they've got the breeze. As we saw earlier, he's very mobile, White, but in the marking contests, rarely will he outmark Wren. They battle after the ball alongside the centre circle, and we've got a whistle. So the margin is 8 points. Adelaide lead. Good start. The Bears winning the toss, going with the breeze. They gained so much last Saturday night in terms of respectability, and I'm sure self-confidence. Looking to go on with that now, build on it. The ruckman touched the ball. Wren couldn't control it. Hurriedly out of the congestion, they work it forward. Eventually the Bears. It was White who got it down towards half forward. Palfreyman on his knees. Worsfold running away from his own goal. Pulls it back. They'll contest about 20 metres out. Windsor's in front. Hart over the top. McGuinness has got it now. Rode the pack well. Kept his head well. Comes away. Kicks it out wide. Foot race now. Martin Leslie. No stranger to these surroundings. Close to the boundary line. Gets a good shepherd from Hutton. Hutton will get the free, I fancy, off the ball.
Yes, a great shepherd there from John Hutton. He did that well last week, playing at centre-half forward. He took 9 marks playing at centre-half forward and used his body very well in some of those circumstances. Very similar to that, Dennis.
Well, the shepherd was good. You wonder about the talking because Leslie didn't seem to know as if he had much time there. This ball is forced towards the boundary line, out of bounds, and will be thrown in just inside the 50. So 20 players, 12. Just over 14 minutes remaining in this opening term. And as always, as we said at the outset, a very good crowd here at Footy Park. Waiting behind Ashcroft. Hurried kick towards the kick-off line. Windsor tried for the one-hander. Goes off the ground in desperation. Gassed it cleverly. Now it spills to Ashcroft. And he's missed to the near side.
First missed for the Bears. They're 2 goals 1. Adelaide 3 goals 2. Hart for the Crows. Well, they broke from that huddle at centre-half back, but he still waited a long time to pick out the man. That was Jarman. He picked him out beautifully. Maynard runs off Hutton, gets the ball out to Felke, and the Crows have gone straight up the middle. What football! But unfortunately, Jamison couldn't come down with the mark. The hand pass in from Sanderson. Maynard back to Sanderson. A high ball to full forward. Ingerson the only chance for the Crows. He wrestles free but can't mark. Champion. Good composure out of defence. Bit high for Leslie. He's in trouble yet from Hodges. Hodges did well then, and the ball's out of bounds about 65 metres from goal. But the movement of the ball by the Crows was absolutely perfect, right up the middle.
It was. The Bears really will have to be more careful with their manning up from full back.
Boundary throw in. Klug in front, back towards the boundary line. Leslie, a terrific fighter, hooks it out of bounds. Throw it in, says the central umpire. Martin Leslie, former Port Adelaide champion, joined the Bears in '89. Terrific value. Thrown in just outside the 50. Klug reaching over the top. It comes back to Champion. Another former South Australian. McClucky close to the boundary line. Touch ball off the boot. Noonan. Well, he was composed as he got the ball. Didn't have too many options. And McDermott and Noonan, two hard nuts. Yes. Hard together.
Yes, I think Noonan has a job on Chris McDermott. Did very well last week on Lewis for the West Coast Eagles.
A little roll reversal there. Champion puts it over the top. Noonan dragged off the kick. Maynard going against the flow. Back comes Noonan again. Knocked it away from his teammate Bain, who was upended. Hart gets the hurried kick towards half forward. Dropping back. The mark is held by Patterson.
Oh, not 50 metres for that, surely.
You told me last week that was okay.
What's okay?
The quick crib. The player wants to move the ball on. I remember querying one with you before.
Look, he hardly touched him there, Roger Merritt, and 50 metres for that is just unbelievable.
Oh, an excellent mark is dragged down here by Hart, who's come up the ground a mile. In fact, there's nobody within about 80 metres of goal. Hart is the full-back.
We've got Darryl Hart, Ben Hart, Sean Hart playing in this game. 3 Harts is like bridge.
Now, can the full-back kick straight from 50 metres for goal? Not a bad effort. Just short. Oh, excellent mark by Ingerson.
Yes, he's proving a handful. Well, actually, the Crows forwards are proving a real handful for the Brisbane Bears defenders. With Ingerson, Hodges, Klug, and Jamison at full forward.
Well, this youngster has no trouble with this.
Yes, that was a very good mark. Ingerson, he's played a bit at centre-half forward, a little bit in the ruck against Melbourne when he followed Jimmy Steins around. Very mobile. Robert Walls on screen would not be very happy with this. There's the mark there to Ben Hart up from full-back. His opponent Windsor went with him, so he did the right thing. And here's a very good mark. Very good mark and a big pack of players there by Ingerson.
Margin is 13 points. There's the time remaining. Some of those midfielders for the Bears not working hard enough, getting back quickly enough. They'll need to. Wren gets it down. Out of the congestion, it's bitted forward by Hart. Maynard knocks it away, taken by Wern. And it will be a free kick down the ground. No, it'll come back. He was hit behind the head as he kicked. So it'll be Wern's kick back inside the centre square. Comes across the ground to Hart. He can kick it a long way. That's not a bad kick either on the breeze. They contest about 20 metres out. Should have been a Wren mark. Not paid. Off the ground by Bickley towards the outer side. Maynard comes to meet it. Retzlaff keeps it in front. Well played. Whistle though. It will be a free kick for the Crows. It'll be taken by Maynard, who was tripped.
But it had been a Wren mark. It would have been the second in South Australia.
Very good.
Very much. Okay, Maynard up towards centre wing. Big leap at the back by Leslie. Now, Bears need to use their last 10.5 minutes with the breeze to get back into this. They trail by 13 points, but they haven't used the breeze perfectly. Worsfold throws it out. It was a good tackle. It gets away with it. A chance here for the Bears. Waiting for the ball to come back to him and snapping back towards goal. A fantastic effort by Palfreyman. Great goal. Under 3 minutes left. Time running out for the Bears to get another goal or maybe two with the breeze in this first term. Excellent mark by Roger Merritt. Now they've got some space in the centre of the ground. White. Good run by Bain. Marks 55 metres from goal.
Yes, he's done well, David Bain, in this early part of the season, averaging 25 possessions a game. Never stops running.
Well, they've got another man free on the outer side, and Wern's going to have a shot for goal. No closer and further out, as in nearer the boundary line, but no closer to goal. Need to kick this from 55 metres. Breeze at his back, doesn't go for the goal. Oh, McGuinness. Windsor. Palfreyman comes to Windsor. And eventually run over the boundary line by Hart. And they win a throw-in after breathing a sigh of relief.
Under 2 minutes remaining till quarter time. Throw in. Merritt's in front. Hooks it behind the pack. Well done. Ashcroft dragged down by Patterson. Palfreyman knocks it out. Patterson's got it again. Confronted by Bain. It spills to Bickley. Hurried kick out of defence towards the outer side. Klug, strong mark in front of Champion. Klug at right half back, inquiring about the 50. Boots it towards the wing. Of course, they're missing Tregenza today. Very good player against Richmond. This is Jarman. Hard against the boundary line in what is normally Tregenza territory. Towards half forward. Ingerson was up and forced to lip tack. Gets it across, looking for support from Maynard. Maynard inside the attacking 50. Couldn't do much with it. Matthew Campbell comes away. Bain, taken late, gets it back to Campbell, who stormed up to the wing, goes in short. Gastiff with some space, will try to prop here, and reading it superbly was McGuinness. McGuinness dragged him down and then gave him plenty. Meantime, Jamieson back to the wing, where it's marked by Lee. Swooping hand pass away, taken by Filkey. Filkey, a probing kick. They'll contest about 35 metres out in from the side. Hodges, who's already kicked two. Meanwhile, I think John Gastiff has reason to feel aggrieved. On two counts.
Why is that? It was a magnificent tackle from Tony McGuinness. He decided he'd take him on. And McGuinness didn't fall for it. He brought him to the ground. It was a terrific tackle.
That was one count. I think Gastiff would be very angry with himself, but he certainly copped a bit when he hit the deck.
Scott Hodges going for his third goal. That's away to the right. Pretty good battle that went on between Gastev and McGuinness, and it went on for at least a minute after the initial incident.
Well, they just sort of got tied up there, didn't they? They just, you know, they couldn't get off each other.
They tested the maker, to see whether they put the jumper together properly.
Exactly.
They gave it a bit of a test. Campbell, 10 seconds to go for the Bears. They're with the breeze. He's tried to reach the centre circle, but he's given it straight to Jarman, and might even yet concede a goal. The hand pass comes out wide to Patterson, well up from defence. Siren beats them. But it's a good first quarter for the Crows, who into the breeze kick 4-4-28 to Brisbane 3-1-19.
At Westpac, we understand that when it comes to looking after your own, there's no place like home. And to make buying your home easier, we're offering you a special low interest rate of just 9.25% per annum, together with one low bank establishment fee of $250. This is a limited offer, so talk to your Westpac manager today, because we want you to be as comfortable with your home loan as you are with your new home.
You've both worked hard to get a roof over your heads. But have you ever stopped to think of the overheads should the old gal give way? Or if the guttering gave up the ghost? It could be expensive. Unless you re-roof right. Stratco Roofing and Guttering comes in continuous lengths of high-grade steel, tailor-made for your home in a range of colours. Stratco Roofing and Guttering. We'll go to any lengths to please you.
Right now onto the It's 25 minutes to 3. And don't forget, we're going to be with you right through the 4 o'clock zone.
You can't change the situation. But how would you like a second chance to choose your time?
Can tyres make a difference?
Goodyear can.
25 degrees, it's a beautiful day and the surf's up, so listen to this. Serve up for you. Hey.
If it only saves you once a year, it's a Goodyear.
Look out, that crazy cop from Naked Gun is onto something really big in a wild new movie.
That is disgusting.
Now he's been given priestly powers and battling the housewife from hell.
$20 says it's PMS.
Linda Blair
Freeze, puke face.
and Leslie Nielsen.
I'm your worst nightmare.
What a mad romp!
The Catholics in the house, stay home.
This is the craziest exorcism I've ever performed.
Come on, everybody, get repossessed for the first time on television tonight on 7.
Adelaide leading in the first quarter with marks and hit-outs, and they've had first use of the ball. And now they have the breeze. Here's Klug. He's tackled high, and the ball will come back for a free kick to John Klug. Crows leading by 9 points. Well, he gets this one on the breeze. A very high torpedo kick, but ball's in short. The punch-out goes to Champion. A hand pass. Back to Campbell. Up towards half-back. Oh, Wiedemann just went straight at the ball. Bears player was waiting for it. Bickley couldn't keep it in, and it'll come back.
Don't the crowd love Wiedemann?
Weed, they're calling as he approached the ball.
And they're talking about including him in the Victorian State of Origin squad, Dennis. A boy from Fish Creek in South Gippsland.
Funny if he played against SA at some stage as a Victorian representative. How much would they love him then?
If I was an opponent and I heard the crowd calling weed, I would flex every muscle in my body, I think.
It's always been bad, too, through the history of the game, hasn't it, when you think about it?
He's a fearsome sight, though. Half forward for the Crows. Klug doing well. Hodges, magnificent to lip tap. Away to Bickley. 45 metres out. He centres. Ingerson from behind. Oh, he's got it. Right in front. Left foot snap as a goal. His second.
Yes, and well, this is a danger quarter for Brisbane because Adelaide did very well in that first quarter. They've got 4 very good forwards. As we see this in replay, good knock on there from Hodges, and this very clever centering kick from Bickley. Didn't go for the goal face, just put it up into a place where Ingerson was able to run onto it. Fortunately, fell into his hands, kicked a very good goal.
Play restarts 34-19. White wins it down. McCluckey and about 5 metres. Sanderson across to Schwert, who boots it down towards half forward. Klug reaches over the top of Champion. It comes forward. Leslie dives on top of it, on his knees, gets it back to Bain. Bain straight across the ground. He set Ashcroft to task, and then Gastive in turn. Neither of them touched the ball. McDermott goes crashing in, but eventually the Bears run it out. Gastive to Worsfold. Around the outer side goes the kick. It favours Maynard. Closing on him, Hutton. This is Jarman. Pulls it back. Saw Sanderson. And Sanderson, the defensive side of centre, goes for distance as per the instruction on the breeze. Down towards half forward. McCluckey roving the pack. Likely customer towards the outer side. Lee in the tackle, but gets the kick away. Klug juggles the mark. Thought about going. There wasn't a play on call. John Klug, left half forward, goes for distance down towards the kickoff line. Ingerson from behind, almost. In front of the pack, Jamison. And he's missed. Well, Ingerson had it. It just fell out at the last possible moment.
We've got some goal-kicking potential on that forward line, Adelaide.
Yeah, looks a likely prospect, Anthony Ingerson, playing just his 5th game of league football. Holding the ball, free kick to the Crows, and quickly taken back to Jarman from Schwert. Jarman's pass is beautiful. Well, Jamison should have gobbled that one. Wern for the Bears. Campbell under pressure, but he did it well. To Leslie. Kicked by Martin Leslie up towards centre wing. Halfreman, and the ball goes out of bounds. Well, it's possible for the Bears to work the ball into the breeze. Quite often you get teams who use the ball better with the breeze than the team kicking with it and just blaze away. But they really do need to get back on track and outscore the Crows in this quarter. What a leap that was by White. Bain losing ground in possession. Almost ran too far backwards. Oh, Champion popped it up. It comes to McDermott. Long kick. One out in the goal square. Jamison.
Well, you can't blame Richard Champion for that hand pass. He was put under enormous pressure from the hand pass coming from David Bain. It wasn't a good hand pass at all. There's 2 Adelaide Crows players around champion when he took possession. All he could do was get rid of it hurriedly.
So Rod Jamieson has kicked 1 goal, 2, lining up for his second. Margin 16 points already. And now it's 22. Two goals to Jamieson. Crows 6-5. The Bears.
Alarm bell sounding already for the Brisbane Bears. They need the next goal. White gets it down. Merritt goes through the congestion. Over the ball is Ashcroft, going nowhere. Jarman emerges with it, but we've got a whistle. Bright and sunny at the present time here at Football Park. And the breeze going from left to right. Despite that, going into the breeze in the first term, the Crows led by 9 points. Hart couldn't control it. Liptak lost it as well. McCluckey, a hurried kick, gained about 10 metres. Here's Bain with dash. Well played. Bain forward of the wing, chips it out wide. Gastiff running into open space. John Gastiff down towards right half forward. Goes for distance. Holds up in the breeze considerably. Merritt, who's been quiet, has it fisted away. Palfrey on the hurried kick. It bounces down towards full forward. And goes through for a minor score. 3-2 to 6-5. Ben Hart. A fine Teal Cup performer. Goes straight down the middle. Big pack. It falls forward. Taken by Noonan. Away to Hutton with some time and space. Goes in short. And Worsfold has taken the mark near the boundary line.
Tough kick from there. Breeze across him. Jarman on the mark. It's out from goal, but it's all the Crows. Patterson takes the mark. Away to Wiedemann. Crowd get excited with Wiedemann, but he's lost it. Regains it. And did well eventually to find centre wing. Hodges knocks it away from Leslie. McDermott charges onto the bouncing ball. Liptak in space. Hart gets back there though. Liptak a great mark.
Yes, even better, Drew, because he was looking into the sun. And it made it even that much tougher to take the mark, but good vision there by McDermott. He saw the player there by himself and just popped it up. An excellent mark there. Taken by Liptak.
55-metre kick for Matthew Liptak. A chance. Shepherded through for a goal. Well done, Ingerson.
So Adelaide getting away to a quick start in this second term. 27-point advantage, kicking with the breeze. There's that kick from McDermott. He just didn't blaze away. He saw the player there, Liptak by himself. And Liptak, a very good kick in the finish. 55 metres and well shepherded through by Ingerson.
Dashing run by Chris McDermott, setting up that last goal. Out of the middle, Wren. Thumping it away. Gastiff. Down towards half forward. Fisted back to the middle. Schwert. Floats one towards centre half forward. In front, Hodges. Clever mark. And as Drew said earlier, interesting duel this one. Hodges and Leslie.
Hodges on top, Dennis. Leslie took a couple of good marks in that first term, but Hodges going for his third goal.
Hodges from 55 metres. Good looking kick. It's another one. And the crowd lapping this up at Football Park. It's all Adelaide at the present time. They lead 8-5 to 3-2.
Well, they've got so many options on the forward line, Adelaide. Rod Jamieson playing at full forward. Hodges, Klug, Ingerson doing well. Liptak kicked a very good goal from 55 metres. And the Bears have been under pressure right from the word go because Wren's doing very well in the ruck and just about winning every tap out.
Away we go again then, and this time White gets his fist to the ball first, but Jarman has the hurried kick inside the attacking 50. Storming up, it's taken there by Campbell, who boots it through centre. Merritt, deft deflection, gets it down to Ashcroft, who kicks inside the attacking 50. Hutton on his knees. Worsfold's got the run of it now. Wiedemann does nicely. They stay off him. As a result, no pressure. He kicks it towards the outer side. Sanderson. They combine nicely as Filkey gets it back to Sanderson. who kicks inside 50. Campbell reaches over the top, knocking it away from Jamison. This is Green. It's on the ground. He soccers it out towards the boundary line. Leading in the race is Gastiff. Upended by McGuinness. Clever football. He kept his balance well. He pulls it back. Jarman. 55 metres out. Jarman. Tried to be too clever. Gets it off to Sanderson, who goes back to Jarman, who gets to his feet, pulls it down. They'll contest about 20 metres out from goal. Chance there for Jamison over the top. Lip tack. Open goal. I think it was above the knee. I think it was above the knee. And the goal umpire saw it that way as well. Although we will watch it again with interest.
Yes, well spotted, Dennis. Let's have a look again. Well, did he get a boot to it or not? I don't know whether he even touched that one at all.
Interesting one.
Maybe.
Might have been a bit of hand on it after the boot.
It looked more a goal on the replay, didn't it?
Maybe we'll give it to him now. But anyway, the Crows have kicked 4-2-1 behind in this quarter, and it looks ominous for the Bears. Leslie, a hospital hand pass for Bain, but by G bounces up well. Further hand pass, Noonan, and down to the forward pocket, Hutton! What a mark!
Terrific mark, Hutton, jumping early.
A centering kick is good, and right out in front of goal, McClucky.
And it's a great mark there by John Hutton, coming from behind Maynard, and getting up very early, taking a terrific mark over the top of Maynard.
Steve McClucky, playing in his 4th league game. From Southport, the Bears need this. He's kicked it. Their first goal for the quarter.
.54 plays 26. And Wren dominating. Worth a kick towards centre half forward. Back comes Leslie. Lost control of it. McGuinness. His hand pass went to no one in particular. Eventually, Hart comes away from centre half back and boots it towards the outer side. Lee did well to come and meet that one. Into the path of Jarman. Confronted there by Bain. Lacking support. Hart did well. Now it's White. Juggles it. Sweeping hand pass. Worsfold has it on the outer side. Measures the next one. Across it goes to Merritt. Doubt the wisdom of that. It's going to be a free kick, is it, to the Bears. Bit lucky there. And it will be taken by that lucky player. McClucky goes across and finds Worsfold, who's just outside the 50. Goes in short. Too much carry, though. Jarman was intended for Ashcroft. Ball booted towards the outer side by Scott Lee. Bain battling with Bickley. Bickley, well done. Wiedemann will be in trouble. Took the ball and was immediately claimed and slung by McClucky, and the ball is jarred across the boundary line. Was he held too long in the tackle? No, there was a whistle, but the central umpire just saying throw it in.
He was knocked from here to Fish Creek. Kick going on off the ball too. Knocked forward by Bickley. Lip tack for the Crows. And once again, out of play. Midway through the second quarter here. And the Crows have built up a big lead. They lead 54-26. Clean possession, Klug. Oh, what a hand pass. Bickley. In he goes to Filkey. Long kick. Ingerson. And this time the man in front, Champion. Good mark. Richard Champion towards the back pocket. And David Bain.
Maybe trying to take too many marks from behind now, Ingerson.
David Bain, the 88 Sandover medalist. Gets it to Green. He goes short. And on the outer side, it's Noonan. Plays on immediately. Back to Bain. He's working so hard at the present time. Feeds Ashcroft, who boots towards half forward. Ill-directed Patterson. He's too mobile at the present time for Roger Merritt. Goes in short. Schwert goes over the top. Taken by Wiedemann, but a throw is called, is it?
It's called a throw, Dennis, and 50 metres if Wiedemann doesn't hurry.
Retzlaff's got the free. I think it's about time to find out if Darryl White can play centre half forward and maybe get Merritt on the ball. Retzlaff sets it up. There's a fight off the ball meantime involving Hutton and I think it's Hart. About 30 metres away from this action. Sanderson gets it across to Lee, and the crowd, I think, enjoying the fight more than the play, although there could be a goal coming up shortly. for the Crows. This is Bickley, who got it from Filkey. Brilliantly charged down by Bain. He's running his heart out at the moment. Schwartz confronted. It spills back to Bickley, who goes in short. McGuinness could have almost been held without it. Klug laconically picks it up. Gets it across to Hodges. Back to McGuinness. 35 metres out from goal. And he's hit the post. 8-7-4-2.
Yes, I don't know what they can do in the ruck because Darryl White is certainly not having any success against Sean Wren at the moment. Maybe he just needs to jump into him a little bit more than he has been.
And Merritt hasn't even seemed too keen to take possession of the ball. He's been palming it on, and he's hardly had a touch, really. Roger Merritt up towards centre wing. Kennedy. High ball to centre half forward. All Adelaide. Comes to front. Got to be a free kick. Front on charge.
I didn't see who went off through, but Kennedy's on. Matthew Kennedy playing. He's only been on in the last couple of minutes. But
Maynard has it for the Crows. 8-7 to 4 goals to Adelaide leading. Wren missed the mark that time. Here's a chance for Green. He's under pressure. Takes it to the boundary line. Pretty deliberate that. Umpire calls for the throw-in.
And Adelaide also making a change. That's Wren off the ground. And the crowd certainly appreciating his efforts. He's been replaced by Jonathan Ross.
Trouble in here for the Bears again. Green bumped off it pretty easily. Umpire Rich will ball it up again. 11 and a half minutes remaining to half-time. Adelaide 8-7. Brisbane 4 goals 2.
Bounce. Down towards right half forward. That's for the Crows. And will it be a free kick? Yes, it will. David Bain.
He's received a bit of treatment today too, David Bain. A few very hard knocks in that first quarter. Noonan and McDermott clashing there. Noonan doing a tagging job on McDermott.
They could be just a sideshow to the game, really, those two. I reckon you get 30,000 just to watch them blow.
This is Kennedy. Got it from Bain to Gastev in the true centre-half back position. He has a bounce. He boots towards half-forward. Merritt, what can he do here? Fisted away by Patterson. Merritt, a bit of recovery. McCluckey. Now Ashcroft. At centre-half forward, Ashcroft, who kicks into the oncoming player. It takes a ricochet to Hart. Hart from 45 metres out goes Goldwood. That's a great effort. Goal to the Bears. A belated one. The luck of the ricochet. 5-2 plays 8-7. Just over 10 and a half minutes remaining till half-time.
There's certainly luck there for Hart. You see this kick coming from Ashcroft. Not a good kick. Kicked into the man on the mark, or the oncoming player. Unfortunately ricocheted to Hart, who from about 40 metres finished it off. But luck comes into it in football at times.
Not a bad kick into the breeze. That had a bit of distance to it. Noonan out of the middle for the Bears. Ross got a hand to it for Adelaide, but didn't knock it clear. Here's Ashcroft. Kicks into the pack. Filkey. Armat off the ground. Gives the Bears a chance. Palfreyman. Then applies the tackle on Maynard. Good body work by Merritt. Lee under pressure, but coolly does it. And they're out of trouble. Out towards centre wing from Patterson. Grant Filkey played every game last year, but playing his first game this year, a centering kick, Maynard marks. Filkey again. Went round in circles a bit then. Short of half forward, tapped on by Liptak.
Armat hit very hard off the ball there too with a shepherd from Stephen Schwert.
Jarman, Liptak. McGuinness on his favoured left boot. Thump! Great goal. His first.
It's been a good quarter of football by Adelaide. Playing very well there. Tony McGuinness just doesn't know how to stop him. Runs and runs all day long. And here he is receiving that hand pass. It's the second and third efforts on occasions from Tony McGuinness when he does win possession of the ball, and so very accurate with kicking for goal on the run.
Well, the Crows appear to have all the answers at the present time, approaching half-time. Just over 9 minutes remaining till the long break. White, Jarman, standing his ground and is penalised for holding the ball. Well, pretty quick whistle. Ashcroft. Mind you, Jarman wasn't rushed. He took his time, but he was in the grasp and measured the handball. Eventually, out of the centre, the Bears work it down towards half forward. This is Lee, a resolute defender, pumps it back towards the forward line. It pitches in no man's land. Champion comes up to meet it, goes off the ground effectively towards the outer side. Good mark is taken by Filkey, who then misjudged things and was tackled. Jarman, Noonan taken front on there by Filkey. Green's over the ball, going nowhere. Klug, and now Jarman through the traffic. Kicks inside the 50. Magnificent kick. Jamieson takes the mark on his chest now. He's a quality player, Andrew Jarman. Whether he saw Jamieson or not, I'm not sure. If he did, that's just marvellous stuff.
I would say he did, Dennis.
You'd think so, wouldn't you, on the result?
I would think it is instinctive. The centre-line player would just automatically go for that sort of leading player. And Jamieson realised as soon as Jarman got it that there was the opportunity to make a good lead there, and he did just that.
Jamieson has already kicked 2. Now he's got his 3rd. The Crows are kicking right away with this. It's 10-7 to 5-2.
And another change. Darryl Hart on for Adelaide. 2 players on the Adelaide forward line have kicked 3 goals. Jamieson 3 and Hodges 3. The other player, Ingerson, has kicked 2. And here we see that again, that very good kick coming from Andrew Jarman. He did have a look. He saw the lead coming from Rodney Jamieson. And Jamieson, very dangerous when he gets possession within 50 metres.
Crows haven't won 2 games in a row yet this season. It's been win-loss, but they're heading for their 2nd in a row at home. Darryl Hart just on the ground. He punches forward in the path of Felke. He goes for a long goal offline and a behind. First score to Grant Felke. We were counting them up earlier on. How many former McGarry medalists? 4 in the Adelaide side.
That's right, 4.
Felke one of them.
McGuinness another. Hodges another. Who was the other one? I think it's Jarman in the middle.
Yep. Long kick into the breeze. Comes to the back of the pack. Hand pass. Trouble for Bickley. Off the ground, Jarman. Didn't have a look that time. Won't quite give him the credit for that one. Still a chance for the Crows. Dumped out of bounds by Campbell. Free kick. Well, he might have hit it too strongly. I've seen every bit as deliberate at that and other times in every game we've ever seen, but he did really give it a hit.
No, pretty tough. I thought it was fair tactics coming there from Matty Campbell.
Lead by Ingerson and a juggled mark. No, play on. Brad wanted the mark. Yep, I got a push in the back from Campbell, and he's taken a spill.
Campbell said that. Campbell said that's what I think of that last decision.
And 50 metres, I reckon.
Bit of summary justice. 10-8-5-2. Here's the bounce. And the Bears need to be very careful in the run to half-time. Here's Bain. Sweeping hand pass. Champion to the run of Campbell, who boots towards midfield. Worsfold under the ball. All Crows, as you can see. Lee was the man who nominated himself. Gets it to Bickley. Bickley, the line of the square, the attacking side is sent along. Ingerson goes back.
Well, really, Dennis, that was a dangerous kick out of defence from Matthew Campbell. He was kicking to the lead of Peter Worsfold, who was pretty well covered by Scott Lee. And if the ball spilled to the ground as it did, there was about 3 or 4 Adelaide Crows players ready to pounce on it.
Brad not too happy about the angle, but Ingerson should kick this in any case. He's got 2 already. He's firing from about 5 metres out. Puts it through. So the Crows get their 11th. 11-8 plays 5-2.
Now a huge pack around this ball up. What a huge leap. Doesn't do much good when it goes to the opposition. Hart. Well, Jamieson should have taken that mark as well. Ball's there for Hart. He hand passes to Ingerson, but the whistle's gone.
Oh, I think
Hart's
it's a free.
just taken one to the ribs.
I think it might be a free kick against Matthew Campbell for hanging on too long after the ball.
The umpire was right next to them.
And it's Jamieson to take the free kick. Matty Campbell just holding on too long. There it is again. Probably should have taken that, as Drew said. And there he is, trying to get back into the contest. He was held by Campbell.
Jamison going for his third this quarter. Silence greets her behind.
So just under 5 minutes till half-time. And the Bears, quite frankly, looking down the barrel of a thumping here. Oh, one hand, if you don't mind, Champion. Coming up from the back pocket. Goes across the ground. Strange play. Taken by Jamison, who was taken high, but there was a whistle. It'll come back to McGuinness.
Yeah, out of defence, has been very slapdash and haphazard. The Brisbane Bears, a couple of poor options taken.
Why would you go there?
Well, of course, it's just danger if there's not a Bears player there to take possession. McGuinness well within kicking distance.
He has one so far this afternoon. He kicks from just outside the 50. Plenty of distance. Just missed it. A perfectionist. He's not happy with that, but he just kicked the ball about 65 metres. 11-9, 5-2. 11-10 rather to 5-2. As Campbell kicks in. Merritt worked under the ball, gets the free kick. Plays on immediately to Kennedy. It goes towards the wing. Bickley from behind. Should have fisted away. It runs behind. Windsor confronts Bickley. Ahmat gets the hand pass away. Taken by Bain, who spent a lot of the afternoon running back towards his own goal. Across the ground goes the kick. A very clever mark. Almost. In fact, it's paid there to Ross. Good mark. The big left footer puts it into open space. Intelligent kick. It didn't bounce right though for Lee. Gassed of getting back. Sets hard a task. He goes for the boundary line and runs it across at right half back. It's all about survival at the present time as far as these Brisbane Bears are concerned. Nothing constructive happening for them.
Klug. Amazing, he was discarded a couple of times by Richmond, and he's such an important cog in this wheel. Close to the boundary line and kept in play, but only for Maynard to take the mark. Now Maynard on centre wing. 3 minutes remaining to half-time. 2 17s are after it. Hodges and Leslie. But it comes to Jarman. He had a look this time and steers it to Ingerson. Well done, Champion. Ingerson not out of it yet, though. But the tackle's high. Ahmat. Towards centre wing. Well, Hodges has covered ground to get back for this one, and beautifully done. Fantastic play. Bickley, clever. He's swamped by about 2 opponents, and the umpire will ball it up. But Adelaide really covering the ground, and we saw Scott Hodges get back there to centre wing. It's this sort of position where often you see Roger Merritt lift for the Bears and really start something. He's been pretty quiet. That was unbelievable. Jarman's hand pass to Liptak, and it's a goal.
Well, it's been a big quarter by Adelaide. And we've got right away from Brisbane, kicking with this breeze. They're controlling play in most areas, and certainly where it counts most, and that's in the centre of the ground. Doing well in the ruck. Wren controlled it earlier. He's having a spell on the bench at the moment. With Adelaide continuing on. Jarman getting on top in the middle also and using the ball very constructively.
There's the time remaining. They've added 54 points in this term, the Adelaide Crows. They did that against Richmond last week as well. Their best and most productive second term of the season. There's Filkey inside the attacking 50. Campbell comes up and marks on his chest. Across the ground, ill-directed. Well, he was a bit lucky. It just cleared Wiedemann. Coming through strongly. Kennedy, who elected to hand pass instead of kick. Patterson goes to ground. Merritt gets it away to Hutton, right on the 50. Hutton in the grasp. Oh, great defence down there. A lunge by that man coming back, Patterson. It seemed to all intents and purposes to be going to the chest of Windsor. But Patterson launched himself and double-fisted the ball through for a minor score.
That would deflate the Bears to watch an effort like that. Scott Lee to Wiedemann, still in the back pocket. Up to Patterson. Big, tall, strapping man playing his 5th game of AFL football. A juggle by Klug, no mark. They've kept it going forward. They've still got it, the Crows. Klug takes the hand pass. He pops it high. Liptak the only chance, but Leslie takes the mark for the Bears. Under a minute remaining to half-time. Leslie across the half-back line for Champion. Ingerson a good chase. David Bain has covered this park 40 times over already. Up to half forward. Didn't quite carry to Hutton. Lee dragged down on the tackle by White. And seen over the boundary line, 39, Jonathan Ross, who came off the bench in the second quarter. 18-year-old. Made his debut last week. Father played for St Kilda. Just 10 seconds remaining to half-time. Jarman didn't take clean possession, just deflected the ball onto his boot. And there is the siren for half-time. Wiedemann still claiming a free kick in the middle of the ground. Not going to do him any good. But a big second quarter with the breeze by the Adelaide Crows.
Well, the Crows have broken away in that term and are holding a handy 49-point lead. Although most of the scoring took place in the second quarter, the first term effort into the breeze was the springboard. Then 8 goals with the wind has given Adelaide a chance to kick a big score. Scott Hodges is enjoying his birthday. He's got 3 goals in the first half. On the other hand, Brisbane are struggling up forward, managing only 3 with the wind and 2 goals in the second quarter. Stay with us now for 7 Nightly News with John Riddell and Pat Furlan, including a full roundup of the day's sport. After that, it's back to Football Park for the second half. Players. Adelaide holds a comfortable lead, but now it's the Bears' turn with whatever wind is left. We return to Football Park for the start of the second half.
Here's the bounce then, and a good one too. White goes up and wins it down. Jarman has controlled things across to McGuinness, who boots it towards half-forward. Darryl Hart feeds it out to Filkey, who's made a good return. McGuinness. It's all too easy. Schwert goes in short inside the 50. Jamison missed it, picked up by Hart, quickly away. Klug taken high, must get the free kick, and he's only about 35 metres out from goal.
I think the umpire was initially going to pay advantage.
5 bob each way, the umpire. He played advantage and then called him up.
Yep, there's no doubt about that.
They've got to be very certain paying advantage inside the 50, I think. Very certain.
He's free kicking in. Too high on John Klug, and the umpire certainly waved it on to play it on.
So Klug to stretch the lead. Bends it back, hasn't got the carry. Ingerson couldn't complete the mark, falls on top of it. They fall on top of him, and the ball up.
Well, this would be cruel luck for the Bears when they get a wind-assisted quarter. If it rains for the duration of it, it's not going to help their chances to kick 10 or 12 goals. But it's Adelaide into attack, into the breeze. Champions there, but straight to half. Darryl Hart. It was touched off the boot. We'd need to see the Bears storming back in this third quarter. The margin is now an even 50 points. Campbell straight up the ground with breeze and rain. It gets almost to the centre circle. Jarman got his shins in the way, held things up, and then they got him. So we'll have a ball up near the centre. Umpire John Harvey there, who did pay advantage there for a while, and then let Klug have his free kick. Boiked out of there by Armat. Patterson goes wide to the outer side. Liptak and Armat. Matthew Liptak can't get the hand pass clear. Armat a good chase, good tackle, and it's a free kick to Armat. Did he pay the good tackle, holding the ball?
Paid the tackle. There was no attempt made to get rid of that ball.
So it's taken by McGuinness. Not a great kick to Darryl Hart. He's with Sean Hart. This is a commentator's nightmare. They're on each other, the two Harts.
Boundary thrown out of side then, and that breeze really whipping down the ground now as the rain is falling. The two Harts. Who had the album? Bob Welsh, I think. Throw it in. Ingerson's in front. White comes over the top. Ashcroft couldn't control it. Hart. It's Adelaide's Hart to McGuinness. He boots it virtually straight across the ground. The Breeze grabbing that one. McLucky gets it across to Champion. He boots it wide towards the wing. Retzlaff, who's been pretty quiet, takes a good mark with the greasy ball. Retzlaff on the wing. Wants to play on and does. Goes in short to Bain. He's tried very hard this afternoon, doesn't he always? Bain, some indecision, then goes short. Used the ball brilliantly, and he finds Noonan.
It's cleverly done by David Bain, a real live wire player, all over the ground. Kennedy now playing at full forward for the Bears, and Windsor on the half-forward flank.
Bain trained with the West Coast Eagles, and they didn't pick up the option. Wouldn't they love him now? Here's Noonan, meantime, from 50. Good-looking kick. It's a goal. The first of the second half. Brisbane 6th overall, 6-3, plays 12-11.
And Noonan's first goal. He's been a good player the last couple of weeks for the Bears. There's David Bain, a little bit of indecision. And at the last moment, just centering the ball very cleverly, finding Noonan. And from just on the 50-metre mark, Noonan making no mistakes. Very good kick for goal.
Looking very bleak here at the moment at Football Park. Good conditions in the first half, but during the break this weather came from nowhere. But the Bears got the first goal of the second half. Good sign for them. They need a lot more. Liptak, the hand pass over the shoulder. McDermott is caught in the good tackle. Green, number 34. High ball to half forward. Well done by Hutton. Inside the 50. Patterson with the likely player. Back he goes, Hart. And his kick under pressure is out of bounds on the full. And the Bears mightn't be without a chance here.
A couple of good signs early in this third quarter for the Bears. Especially Darryl White in the ruck, starting to get his hand to the ball first.
Well, Ray Windsor kicked the one after the siren last week for the draw. The Breeze will help this in. Not that much. Goal square confrontation. That'll be a ball up.
About 5 metres out then. Adelaide led by 9 points at quarter time, 49 at half time. 83-39 at the present time. Kennedy works his way in front. Wren comes over the top. Merritt did well to knock it back towards a central location, but McGuinness, a lot of possession so far in this term, skids one out towards the boundary effectively, and it runs out of bounds.
Well, that's the difference between Adelaide and Brisbane. We saw that Adelaide went going for the defensive kick out of the back line, and Adelaide a couple of occasions that second quarter centering the ball, and it was very costly.
Wren and Merritt. Merritt in front, in from the side McDermott. Wiedemann did well. McDermott could have almost been held without it. Lee, McGuinness, hard against the boundary line. Wiedemann, head down. Has got a free kick and will.
Has to be a free kick. David Bain charged him ferociously there, but no impact on Wiedemann, straight up.
The umpire had a chat to the wrong player then, Bain.
Oh, isn't he? Tough, Wiedemann.
Years of frustration coming out there in David Bain, I think.
Stopped a few.
Up goes Hodges. Taken by Jarman. Superb handball. Filkey gets it across to Klug. Clever kick. Hart couldn't quite get there. His namesake comes away with it. Hugs the boundary. Clever kick also coming back. And the mark is held by Leslie, the defensive side of right centre wing. 12-11 plays 6-3 in the rain. Leslie through centre wing. Up went Windsor. Bain and Wiedemann more even that time. And now Wiedemann comes out of the pack chasing McLucky. And Windsor did McLucky no favours because he pushed Wiedemann right into the middle of McLucky's back.
He's an angry man, isn't he, Wiedemann? Free kick. Well, amazing. Amazing. Well, the free kick was going to be paid to McLucky, but the umpire has reversed that. Wiedemann to take the free kick. Windsor charging in when it wasn't necessary.
I always favour the softies. Up goes Gastiff and takes a great mark.
And it's still on Wiedemann and Windsor.
Kick by Leslie to half forward. All Adelaide. Well, they left it for each other. Chance for the Bears now. Worsfold in there. They've lost it. Jarman a little hand pass to Wiedemann. Getting on with the football. Up short of half forward. Well, Jamison held out, surely.
Yes, looks like it, Drew.
No whistle. Gastev goes back with a hand pass to Leslie. Up to Bain. David Bain to half forward. Wren takes the mark.
He's played very well, Wren. And he's been very good across that half-back line where he's assisted the defenders for Adelaide.
Spelled briefly in the second quarter, but has given Adelaide first use of the ball since the opening bounce. Lip tack lively. Lee. Very wide, too wide, and it skims out of bounds.
Andrew Jarman, very much the general this afternoon, marshalling the Crows. 12-11, 6-3. Boundary throw in. Klug doing the ruck work on the forward line. Stood in the tackle, then gave it away. Leslie had it charged down. Hart to Bain, close to the boundary line. Awkward one for Gastiff behind him. And McDermott content to run it across the boundary line, so we've got a throw in. And the Crows have played solid football, played the percentages for the best part of the afternoon. When they had the breeze, they certainly took advantage of it. Thrown in, White in front, did well. McLucky's kick towards the wing, runs free. Here's Wren behind. Again, very nimble, keeps his head well off the ball, though.
Wiedemann, yeah. Free kick against Wiedemann.
Wiedemann and Windsor.
Yeah, Wiedemann just dragged him down to the ground, grabbed hold of him and slung him to the ground.
That's an alternative sideshow.
Yeah, sounds like we're going through the phone book. Goes down towards full forward. It's fisted away down there by the defence once more. Off the ground by Jarman. It comes back to Windsor, not 10 metres. In trouble, Worsfold did well. Merritt to Windsor once more. Kicks it down towards full forward. Lee's in the row.
Haphazard in to attack the Brisbane Bears. Really just not looking where they're kicking. Too many occasions they've just blazed away and hit an Adelaide player on the chest.
Lee has to come back and kick it over the mark. He's determined to play on. So Lee goes to the outer side this time, and still Jarman. Well, you wonder how that can happen from a set play that took about, I suppose, 30 seconds to develop with whistles and all. Jarman, the key playmaker, is still 30 metres in the clear. Still, the ball comes into the forward line once more for the Crows. Not the first time today. Jamieson to Maynard to Schwert, who does nicely to Hart. 35 metres out, probing kick, low into the breeze, just misses to the right-hand side.
Well, the Crows haven't kicked a goal this quarter. They've added 2 behinds, both to Darryl Hart. Mind you, the Bears have only added 1 goal, and they've had the breeze, but I think they've got to be a bit lucky to get a wind-assisted quarter and quite heavy rain. Campbell, well into the centre square, bounces almost to the centre circle. Wiedemann, and out to Filkey, losing ground, going towards the outer side. Jamieson a wide lead. Oh, David Bain. Oh, great mark. Should have had no hope in that contest. Here we are. Windsor at centre half forward. He goes long for the goal, but he's offline and through for a behind.
Looks like now Roger Merritt doing the ruck work for Brisbane and Darryl White playing in the forward pocket.
Terrific mark that by Bain, wasn't it?
Yeah, just super. And you wonder how some of these Brisbane Bears players, when they look at Bain, can't find a little bit more. I mean, he should be an inspiration. Hasn't stopped all day and has been number 1 with the courage. Maynard gets it to Jarman, who owns this park. Jarman goes down towards left half forward, certainly this afternoon, Jarman. He's gone where he likes without any coverage at all. This is Hart to Liptak, 25 metres out from goal. It bends back nicely. It's a goal into the breeze. So they get their 13th. The Crows are 13-12. Brisbane is 6-4.
There's a star South Aussie as you and me, looking out for our state that's guaranteed.
The Crows know a bargain when they see one, like Omo or Omomatic laundry powder, a low $2.99. Pura Polymargarine, just 79 cents. Golden Hand Bananas, top score at $1.69 a kilo. And Foodland Fresh Sides of Lamb, $1.89 a kilo.
Foodland!
Yes, I really did shop at Foodland.
Foodland! The mighty South Aussies, yeah!
Margin back to 50 points. Merritt in the middle for the first time. And just about had a 50-50 there with Wren. Oh, the hand pass from Retzlaff is blocked.
Free kick to McGuinness, Drew. He was dragged. He's playing well now, Tony McGuinness. Very hard man to hold for the full 4 quarters. He just runs and runs all day.
Hodges offering something from full forward. The kick in that direction. Hodges trying to hold off his opponent. Going after it again. Campbell. Hawks with the hand pass. Bit swift for Merritt. Now Champion. Here's Bain again, but over his head. He'll run on and take the hand pass from Retzlaff. Oh, actually, supplied the Shepherd, but they couldn't beat Jarman, who flew horizontally for that one.
Well, the skill level is just not good enough from Brisbane there. A bad hand pass from Campbell, and then that pass should have been better because that allowed the Adelaide Crows players to come in and apply that smother. Great smother there from Jarman.
Klug to the back of the pack. McDermott to McGuinness. Falls in short. Hart, he's tried very hard in defence. Goes across the ground. Armat lets it bounce. Now he'll have a problem. Schwert very close to him, and Schwert desperately dived in front. Wanted it more. Simple as that. Gastev collides with Hart. It ricochets across to Ingerson. Back it comes to Schwert, who boots inside the attacking 50. Almost again. Hodges, great leap. Down goes Liptak. Hodges goes off the ground. Goal. Clever thinking. Hodges posts his fourth, and the 14th on the board for the Crows. Almost the mark, recovered brilliantly.
Yes, well, they're just too good at the moment, Adelaide. They're doing everything right. A second effort here coming again from Hodges. Up very high for that mark. Regained his feet quickly and finished it off. Quick thinking, didn't bother trying to pick it up off the ground, just socketed through. 4 goals to Scott Hodges.
Roger Merritt looking to make this a contest again with Wren. Neither ruckman, but McDermott gets the hand pass to Felke. McGuinness with a run. They're getting it out of the centre square so easily, Adelaide. Ingerson, mark!
A very good player, Ingerson. Anthony Ingerson, only 22 years of age. Almost 6'4", 192 centimetres and 90 kilos. And there's a very strong mark in front of Richard Champion. The ball very greasy here in this third quarter after that steady rain from about half-time onwards.
Well, already they've outscored them by 7 points into the breeze. Ingerson's shot for goal is offline. So they've won every quarter, the Crows. 97-46 now.
Anthony Ingerson comes from the Rodney Maynard Kenny Hunter school. Flip-flop sort of player, but he's terrific. Good pair of hands, and he'll improve. As Campbell comes out of defence towards midfield. The leaper was Windsor. It bounced off Beckley. Going through was Palfreyman, but without the ball. This is Wiedemann. The crowd love him. Off clever Klug. Across to Filkey, who runs to centre half forward. Spears in the pass, and Hodges takes the mark. Well, Drew mentioned earlier his best in the AFL, 7 against these same Bears on this ground last season. He's en route to perhaps bettering that. He's got 4 to the moment.
A clever play there coming from John Klug, a type of play we've come to expect from Klug. A very heady player.
Hodges directly in front at number 5, and he's got it. Robert Walls made the point after the game last week. 14 of his players had played less than 20 AFL matches. You can't do much about that except cop these sort of afternoons. Wren back towards the boundary. Not over yet, but it's hard to see the Bears getting back into this. McLucky paddles at Goldwood, out of bounds, and we'll have another throw in.
Talk about inconsistency in a young team. We were talking to Shane O'Sullivan, the Bears team manager, before the game, and he said, yeah, we're young, we'll have the odd bad day. I don't know whether he's preparing himself for it to be today.
Well, no surprise for Shane then. Ashcroft slides in, and a bounce.
Actually, the Bears have 6 first-year players, but Adelaide have 5. So they've got a lot of blokes who haven't played a lot at this level.
Yes, but their backgrounds would be a bit different, wouldn't they?
Correct.
McGuinness, good smother. Gastev going nowhere. Noonan in trouble. And it's out of bounds once more and will be thrown in. I think for the first time, though, the Bears can be enthusiastic about some of the young players they have, like Ashcroft and McLucky in particular. Green's another player who's been most impressive. So, and this man, White, give them something to look forward to.
Well picked up by Hutton, but then he kicked it straight out of bounds. We should talk about Ashcroft and McLucky from the Gold Coast, and it's great to see players reaching AFL ranks from that breeding ground. And, of course, White from Alice Springs. Wren on his own. Still behind halfback. 104 plays 40. Adelaide well in front with 9 minutes remaining in the third quarter. Kicked by Wren. Merritt jumps from behind. Really didn't get his fist to that ball. Green might have come off Hodges. Jamison. Umpire didn't see it that way. It's going to be a throw-in.
I thought it might have come off Green, Drew.
Did you? Oh, we'll have a throw-in between us, eh? McDermott. High ball to half-forward. Ingerson. Oh, Sean Hart flew at that one. Now here's Darryl Hart, his opponent. He steers it. Here comes Hodges.
Yes, they're just doing it so very easily into that forward line. On top in most positions, they're tackling very hard when the ball does get into defence, working feverishly to get the ball out of that dangerous area. Hodges playing very well at full forward.
He already kicked 2 into the breeze in this quarter. And that is a magnificent kick by Scott Hodges. 6 for the game. Happy birthday, Scotty. And here's feasting on birthday cake.
He's 24 today, Scott Hodges, and certainly having a birthday out there. He's doing very well, leading well. Took a spectacular mark in the first quarter, and he's kicked 6 goals won. His kicking for goal has been terrific there. Again, the goal umpire didn't have to move, split the middle.
16-14 to 6-4. Bear in mind Adelaide will finish with the breeze. Sobering thought. Battling in there, who would you expect? David Bain, of course, Liptak with him. And it's going to be a free kick to Bain. Well, Adelaide have dropped a couple of games they probably expected to win, certainly Footscray at home, their season's opener. They would have expected to win, I think, coming in, but Footscray proving something of a surprise packet. This is Windsor, 40 metres out Windsor. He's missed to the left-hand side. Fitzroy also have beaten the Crows. But if they win this one and go to 3-2, not a bad start, and they can set themselves up. A lot of promise in this team too, especially at Football Park. Very difficult to knock off. And here's a young man of promise talking about the youngsters coming through the ranks of both these clubs. Ben Hart to kick it in. Goes in short to the pocket. Lee close to the boundary line. Skids it around the outer side. It's greasy now. Filkey did well. Great balance. McDermott. Lee, who's run on, steadies, smothered off the boot by David Bain once more, and it goes out of bounds.
69 points is the margin. It was 49 at half-time. So they've won the quarter by 20 points so far. There's still 7 minutes remaining. Crows interchanges, keen to get into the action. Kennedy, big wide circle, hooks the ball back into play. Might have lost some ground, actually. Jarman, great hands with a wet ball. Pulled off his kick, but still gains 40 metres. Palm down to the front. Crows there in numbers. Bickley a bit of a fumble. And it was ruled as a throw-out by Schwerp.
Good decision. You don't like that, Dennis?
Well, tough in this sort of weather, I would have
scooped
thought.
it.
Okay.
McLucky takes the free kick. Big pack at half forward. Goes through Wren. Jarman got back there. Playing a top game, Andrew Jarman. Into Maynard. Bickley giving him a run. The kick to half forward. McGuinness won out with his opponent. Oh, he kept his composure well. Slipped off a little hand pass. Here they go again. Darryl Hart wide. On to John Klug. Klug goes for goal. But he missed it. How did he miss that?
Probably too easy, wasn't it, for John Klug? 2 behinds to him. One in the first quarter, now one in this third quarter. And almost like a training exercise for the Adelaide Crows.
Matthew Campbell boots it in, an All-Australian back in 87. Sean Hart, who's defended very well, goes short to Gastev. And boots it towards the wing. Armat goes back and takes the mark, plays on. At close quarters to Retzlaff, who boots it down towards centre half forward. White was up, finds it again on the ground. Quick hands, gets it away. Windsor goes over the top to Merritt. Merritt 20 metres out, has kicked a goal. He would have got a free. All clear is given.
That's only the second goal for the Bears in this quarter with the breeze. Merritt back in the middle. Wren is there. Armat, just a 17-year-old. He was a Teal Cup player for the Northern Territory only last year. playing his 5th game in the AFL. Under 5 minutes to go to three-quarter time. Wren and Merritt. Merritt didn't even see it. Wren killed him. Off the ground, McDermott. Whistle had gone. It's going to be a Bears free kick.
Green. Eventually down towards half forward. Too much carry for Kennedy. Maynard almost controlled it. This is Retzlaff. He goes inside the 50 on the lead. Hutton, good mark. No, it bounced out and goes out of bounds. Had it, then lost it. So a throw in just inside the attacking 50. 16-15 Adelaide, 7-5 Brisbane. Just over 4 minutes remaining till three-quarter time. Wren goes up, directs it down. Bickley goes over the top. Patterson's hand pass behind the target. Maynard works his way in front, slapped out of there by Kennedy. Great desperation. Bickley slid in. Jarman got it to McDermott, to Lee. Over the top now. The run of Schwartz around the outer side. He kicks it down towards half forward. In front Champion, off hands. Opportunity out there for Windsor. Pushed off the ball, or was it Noonan? Noonan lost it. Eventually it came to Leslie in any case. A high one back towards the wing. McLucky was pushed in the back, and he'll get the free kick. Advantages paid. Kennedy goes looking for Hutton, reaching over the top. Hart took his balance. Can he keep it in? Yes, he can. Hart against the boundary line, goes in short. Armat dropped it. Liptak let it off his hands. McDermott to the run of Bickley. He goes towards the wing. Maynard meters in the clear. He likes this situation, has a bounce despite the greasy ball, kicks inside the 50, and Hodges on the lead. That was terrific football.
Yeah, great build-up, Dennis, wasn't it? Using the ball very well in these greasy conditions. Excellent use of the ball, both by hand and foot. And Scott Hodges, he's had a day out on his 24th birthday. 6 goals already. A chance for his 7th.
Reason to celebrate tonight then. Hodges, 40 metres out. He's kicking very accurately too. 7 goals to Scott Hodges. And Adelaide lead now by 10 goals, 10.
There's 4 goals of those 7 coming in this third quarter, when the conditions haven't been all that easy for forward play. But Adelaide with the numbers, we can see there, good use of the ball, great hand pass. Maynard, who'd made some space coming up from the halfback line, wasn't followed by his opponent, and great pass by Maynard, finding Hodges on the chest.
Under 3 minutes to go to three-quarter time. Adelaide out of the middle again. Liptak has been a real live wire. Back he goes to the skipper McDermott. Further afield, Bickley. Standing start kick inside the 50. Ingerson coming from behind, interfered. Bears free kick. Richard Champion. Short passes to Gastev. And work it out of defence. Sean Hart. Up towards half forward. Kennedy works the front. Maynard beats him in the air.
They've tried a lot of changes on that forward line. Nothing seems to be working for them. Kennedy now at centre half forward, and Hutton playing at full forward.
Wren. For a while they could have popped it over the top to Wiedemann. He's going longer than that. That's a mark or a free kick. But Hart in front did pretty well there.
He's played well, hasn't he?
He has done well. Darryl Hart's had a little bit of the ball this quarter, but well, he hasn't conceded a goal yet. Sean Hart. Elgin not in possession. Free kick to Felke. Minute and a half to go.
Lewis fell back on the ground and Poultryman off.
Filkey across the ground. Jamison. McDermott having an influence at the present time. Goes down towards full forward. Up in front Hodges. Against the flow Champion. Breaks away from defence. Boots towards midfield. Well played there by Bain. It was coming very rapidly. The hand pass not good though. Slade Ashcroft into terrible trouble. Jarman measures the hand pass. Filkey dropped it. Socked away by McLucky out towards the boundary. Now the youngster's got it just forward of his position. The wing, he goes in short. Kennedy to Retzlaff towards the pocket, and Hutton, who was pushed directly in the back. That was very poor defence by Hart. And Hutton will get the free kick.
Pretty tight angle though. Hutton leading right into that pocket. Obvious free kick there against Ben Hart, but he's doing a good job for a 17-year-old at full-back.
Well, full forwards at either end have both kicked 100 goals in premiership teams. One in Perth, John Hutton, and one in Adelaide, Scott Hodges. Hodges today has kicked 7 goals, and Hutton isn't on the scoreboard yet. That's not a bad kick. It looked like a centurion there. Beauty.
Yes, that was a magnificent kick for goal. Brisbane's 8th goal on the board. And a pretty quiet quarter for Brisbane, though. Only 3 goals kicking with the breeze. And Adelaide have added 5 goals for the term. In fact, 5 goals 5. So Brisbane haven't been able to get anywhere near them in this third term when you would have expected them with the breeze to get back into it. John Hutton kicking his first goal.
Well, you know you're getting thumped at Football Park when the Crows fans applaud a goal, and they did just then. It's bad news in its way. Back in the middle, Liptak can't control it. Merritt boots it out wide. Race towards the boundary line. Wiedemann left it behind. Could have almost been pushed in the back. That's ambitious. That is very ambitious. Worsfold tried to go through Wiedemann. This is Windsor, who boots it down towards the pocket on the siren. So it's 3/4 time here at Football Park. And another very good term going up into the breeze and having to contend with the rain. The Crows added a further 5 goals in that quarter. So at 3/4 time, they lead 17-15 to Brisbane's 8 goals 5. (17-15 to 8-5) as we start the final term.
Umpire Dennis Rich gets us underway. Well, clean possession in the middle by Ross, because Wren has gone to the bench again, interchanged in the second and fourth quarters, but he's done a superb job getting things going for the Crows.
It's once again Adelaide out of the middle, Drew. Ross taking that hand pass, receiving the free kick, and away they go.
Garman's kick to half forward. Liptak goes through the pack. Sean Hart down over the ball for the Bears. Adelaide still moving it forward. There's Merritt. Did he have it when he was grabbed by Jamison? The umpire let it go for a long time there, and now he comes in and will ball it up. Well, we have Scott Hodges on his birthday, having kicked 7 goals 1. The Crows' record is 8 by Jamison in the last round last year against North Melbourne. Gastev working to the boundary line. Pretty deliberate that.
Well, that was just as deliberate as Matty Campbell's, wasn't it? Probably even more deliberate, that one.
Just didn't hit it as hard. At the same spot on the ground. Got away with it. Margin 64 points at the last change, and the Crows coming home with the breeze. Jamison. Awkward pocket to get it out of here. A slippery ball. We had fine conditions in the first half, and then light rain started to come during the half-time break. Rain right through the third quarter. The umpire's going to do a lot of whistle blowing here. Last up, number 40, Stephen Schwert, made his debut last week. Merritt with this hit out once and twice. Armat after it, off his knee or hands. A throw in, says the umpire.
Yeah, benefit of the doubt. McDermott can't believe that, Drew. It looked very much as if it could have been out on the full.
Well, we had ball-ups and boundary throw-ins galore in this corner of the ground. Merritt knocks it straight back to the boundary line. McDermott keeps it in. And centres a high ball for Ingerson. Almost. Crunch to the ground. No whistle on the play. The crowd wanting one. And now holding the ball. They're not happy with that. Advantage played. Up the ground it comes to Bain. Off he goes to Merritt. The kick out wide towards centre wing. And now up towards Worsfold. And that one came from further afield by Retzlaff. Kennedy losing control of it. Retzlaff again. Just got boot to ball. High one to the 50-metre line. Interference. Bad one down there by Windsor, and the free.
It's a shepherding free kick apparently, Drew. That's what the umpire is indicating.
Gee whiz. So he was right into the back of Wiedemann, but nothing doing for the Crows there. Here's White. Shows great skills. And a juggled mark. Well done by McCluckey.
And the young player towards the pocket. Not the place for it, really. Hart misses the mark. Coming back is Ross to Maynard out of defence. He drives it towards the outer side. Patterson judged it pretty well. Patterson slaps it on to accommodate this man Filkey. Running out of space. Keeps it alive though. Jarman put his body in. Well done. Lee stood his ground and got it to Filkey with some space now. Back to Patterson. Brushes Gaster aside. Boots it down towards half forward. Back goes Merritt. No one touched the ball in effect. Liptak slips over. Over the top went Hart. Well done by Darryl Hart as he slaps it back in. Liptak goes off the ground. Bain again. Across half back. David Bain over the top. Retzlaff. Back to Bain. Through the middle. Boots it out wide. Armat has it knocked away by Beckley. A dashing defender. Away he comes. Probing kick. Well inside the 50. It should go behind. It runs free. Leslie will get back and escort it through. So the first score of the final term. They've been playing a while. 17-16 to 8-5.
He'd nearly like to start the quarter all over again. It's been 4.5 minutes of nothing.
Well, I'm sure the Crows will be quite happy now they realise they've got 4 points in the bank. It's just a question of going through the motions, but Graham Corns wouldn't be happy if they don't press out. As Max was talking about at three-quarter time. McDermott towards the kick-off line, in from the side, Leslie. Intent on destruction, big fist on that one. Bashed it out of bounds in that right full forward pocket.
There's a big chance here for the Crows to build up on their percentage.
Which is not good, actually, at the present time.
No, it is not, Dennis. So they ought to finish this game off, put in a real big effort in this last quarter.
McDermott in the forward pocket. They're 40 metres from goal now. McGuinness. He centres, didn't go for the goal. Hodges in the chop. Bit of a fumble by Sean Hart. He hasn't really cleared the area. We're going to have another boundary throw in next to the behind post. There is Scott Hodges. He's kicked 7 to three-quarter time. Can he be the first pro to get double figures in a game? He was used to it at Port Adelaide. He kicked over 150. Won the medal and a premiership. Not a bad trifecta in 1 year. Almost a top mark. Stephen Schwert. Liptak over the ball. Jarman back. Jamison. But it comes to Campbell.
He runs away from defence and pops it over the top to Retzlaff at half back. He plays on. Not a particularly good kick towards midfield. Worsfold has it. Sweeps it out wide with a hand pass. Bain has run all day. Down towards half forward. Intended for Kennedy. Maynard came back on him. Kennedy focused well on that one. He's taken the mark and now he plays on. Kicks it across field. Intended for Windsor, who got in behind the defence, and he's marked this one down from half forward. Little chip pass into open space, and back goes McLucky there to take the mark. Hart a couple of steps late.
And I think he was a bit lucky that Hart actually had a Hart and gave him a chance, because he could have cleaned him right up.
He did ease up a bit, didn't he, Ben Hart? But I think had he gone into him, it would have been 50 metres had he continued on.
Steve McLucky from 35 metres out has kicked truly. So that's his second goal. He's the first multiple goal scorer for Brisbane as they post their ninth.
Yes, finally there's some sort of build-up for the Brisbane Bears there, Dennis, into the forward line. There's Bretton Sanderson back on the ground. John Klug's been replaced. And Steve McLucky, who's played a serviceable game on the wing on Grant Filkey, kicking his second goal.
Well, at the moment we have Klug and Wren on the bench for the Crows. Two of the men who have set this up. Liptak roving, can't pick it up. Just about thrown out of there, surely.
Looked like it.
Campbell to Bain. Leslie just in time. And now they've lost it. Jamison working back hard there. Leslie's kick smothered. Wiedemann. They love him here. Calling for a free kick.
Yeah, he should have got a free kick, Wiedemann. He was ridden into the ground.
Squirt the hand pass back. And Lee got the ball up. They've worked it so quickly. And Sanderson got the ball to the forward pocket, but the mark taken in defence. Go across the ground, the Bears. They've done this a lot. They've shared the possessions with the Crows. They haven't always moved the ball forward. Merritt towards the outer side. Noonan.
They haven't made the most of their chances, have they, Drew? Like, there was two Brisbane players there, and Roger Merritt opted for the one that was covered. The other one was running up the wing by himself, and that's the type of half chances they have to make more of.
It's like a knee there for John Klug. Here go the Crows again. Kick looking for Hart, hitting right in the mush. Sean Hart shepherds him off. Merritt to Hart.
Hart around the outer side then. Going back with courage is the big man Ross. It's knocked out of bounds. Crashing into him was Windsor, so we've got a throw in. Let's go down to Max Stevens now.
John Klug on the bench, Dennis, having ice applied to his knee. He's had quite a bit of trouble throughout the year with the knee, and at this stage, not too serious.
Close to the boundary line on that outer wing. Wiedemann, will he keep it in? Yes, he does, at least initially. It's pushed across now by McLucky. So over 8 minutes played in this final term. And the Crows with the breeze, yet to kick a goal. They're quite capable of going to sleep. Last season they produced 8 goalless quarters. Only Carlton did worse in the league. They had 9. Thrown on the outer side. Ross away to McDermott. Wiedemann, standing start towards half forward. Could have almost been Jamison's free, and it is.
The crowd wanting Hodges. Hodges giving him some movement at full forward as well. Campbell facing him face to face. Ingerson. They've got the options up forward. If it's not Hodges or Jamison, Ingerson. Sean Hart has been prominent. Now Champion across the goals again, and Hodges has got it.
We're talking about coming back into the heavy traffic. Gubby Allen. Gubby Allen revisited.
All he didn't do was sing happy birthday there, Richard Champion, as he kicked it.
Oh, that's a terrible mistake from Champion. He's really an experienced player. He's not a young player, Richard Champion. He's been around for quite some time. But that was a terrible mistake. 24 years of age. But Gubby Allen will be looking at it and thinking, well, I'm sure he'll be mentioned again.
8 goals for Scott Hodges.
In 16, 9-5. Merritt gets it down. Payne with a run of it. Still he goes. Boots it towards half forward. Worsfold with a little bit of time that time. Maynard against the flow though. McGuinness pumps it out towards the outer side wing. Hart against Hart. And they're shoulder to shoulder. Eager to work it out. We'll have a throw in.
Hip to hip.
So a throw in on the outer side wing. No smiles there from Sean Hart, who's tried very hard in defence this afternoon. Ross in front, clearly was pushed in the back. No free kick.
Yeah, they just keep producing blokes with size, don't they?
Adelaide. Well, it's a footballing state, I guess, and they've got a lot of depth. They stockpiled a few in the last couple of years. Some youngsters. Here's another one. Noonan towards the boundary line. Bickley hot on his hammer. And it's shoveled across the boundary line once more. 18-16 plays 9-5 at Football Park. And it's going to be a free kick to Noonan, is it? So Noonan's got this ball next to the boundary line. Do you think umpires are aware of margins, Bernie? This is Ross.
Forget that one, Dennis.
McGuinness next to the boundary line. Hugs the boundary. Jarman recovered well. Hart. Sanderson back on the ground. Ingerson, too much carry.
Campbell dashes out of defence. 20-metre handball. Gets it back. Keeps going, Matthew Campbell. Wern. Windsor a mile in the clear. Well, he just hoists that up high and says, well, it's up to you. You take a mark. Now, what's happened here? Umpire's seen a free kick right in front here to the Brisbane Bears.
Yeah, free kick off the play. And it's been Hart, the player who infringed. So Hutton to have this shot from about 20 to 25 metres out. Almost a gimme goal it should be for John Hutton.
Hutton has kicked just the 1 goal today. Make it 2.
There's John Hutton. Has kicked his second goal since being moved to full forward. And Ben Hart did a pretty good job there earlier. Hutton started the match at centre half forward. Didn't have much of an impact there. But since he's been moved to full forward, he's certainly shown us that he can kick the ball as Palfreyman comes back on the ground. And Worsfold has another rest.
Just under 13 minutes remaining. 18-16 to 10-5. Kennedy doing the ruck work, opposed to Ross. Retzlaff brings it away, booting it towards half forward. Windsor is down there with Wiedemann. Wiedemann got the fist on it. McGuinness goes off the ground out towards the boundary, out of bounds, and it will be thrown in.
And Dennis, what a bonanza weekend for the AFL. Crowd here today, 42,759. And after some of the attendances we've had in Melbourne and around the country, it's something like 250,000 for the round.
Well, that's a great crowd, isn't it, Drew? Because the record here is 45,864 against the West Coast Eagles last year.
And this is the Bears who ran last year.
Exactly.
Latent drawing power. On the outer side, they battle after it. This is McGuinness inside the 50. Slides it across the face. Ingerson goes back off his fingertips and through for a minor score. So 18-17. Plays 10-5. A beleaguered defence this afternoon. One of the members, Matthew Campbell, the former South Australian, brings it out. Intended for Wern. Well done by Ingerson. Coming back to crowd him. Then Wern fights back to knock it towards the boundary line. Schwert controls it well. Over the top, Liptak. Liptak inside the 50. Centering kick showed good discipline. But all Bears there. Close to their best man, along with Bain, was Hart. They combine to give it to Green. Green dashes away from defence and boots towards half forward for his team. Ashcroft, who's been quiet today, had it bounce off his chest. This is Windsor inside the 50. Hutton going back. It won't sit for him. It's close to the boundary line. It runs away from him and goes out of bounds. And we'll have a throw in.
.125 plays 65. So the Crows almost double the Bears score. We're midway through the last quarter. Throw in, Bears in attack. And they work it well out of defence. Here's Lee. Take your number one, ruckman Wren, off the ground, and you bring a bloke Ross on. He keeps winning in the ruck. Bickley at centre wing. Jamison. Schwert. Here comes Hodges. He's swamped this time. McGuinness front of the pack. Went without it. Socket away by McLucky. He loses ground and doesn't find touch. Ball still in. Just outside the 50. Well done. McDermott. A little kick to centre the ball. It skims past the defence. But socket off the ground by Noonan. Merritt leads the race. Not sure he's been 100% fit today, Roger Merritt. Ashcroft. Back to Hart. Sean Hart, a good little pass. And he's found Gastev, centre of the ground. Retzlaff. A couple of ex-West Australians combining, but he's too slow.
Around in circles, Drew.
Jarman Smothers. Well, they might come out with it eventually, but that's way out of where they need to be. That is a kick from the centre circle to the wing.
Klug's back on. Yeah, Klug back on and Hart back. Hart off the ground. Johnny Klug not moving all that freely. And a couple of great smothers from Jarman playing in the centre.
Thrown on the outer side. Merritt looking for a free kick, and that's a very soft one.
Yes.
Centres it. Either one of two. It's Kennedy. Alongside the centre circle. Kicks it inside the 50. That breeze has fallen away, and kicks carrying a lot further down towards that left-hand end as we watch it now. Ball back from Wiedemann. Schwert got an awkward one. Leslie came to meet him. Klug is in there. Lee tries to go off the ground. Picked up again by Leslie. Away to Palfreyman, who from 35 metres out fails to bend it back just enough. Hit the post about halfway up. (18-17 to 10-6).
Straight up the centre of the ground. Patterson. Paul Patterson from West Adelaide, playing his 5th AFL game. Pelkey dishes it off to Lee. Kicked by Lee. Jamison. Hodges on the edge of the goal square. Hodges working to the front, but the leap by Campbell gets the ball away. At the moment, Jamieson and Hodges sharing the goal-kicking record for the Crows at 8 apiece. Well, Hodges can improve on it today, but Jamieson's got a little work to do. He's kicked 3 today.
Ingerson in front, Kennedy over the top. It falls to Jamieson, and he's missed to the long side. A minor score.
3-4 for him.
Long afternoon for the Bears. 18-18 to 10-6. Campbell towards the outer side this time. Merritt, I'd venture to say, very close to his first mark. Hasn't taken too many. Goes very wide. Bain was up, dropped it. McGuinness carries it across the line. It will be thrown in.
You can get all the possessions you like over there. Not going to win the game.
No, they're very haphazard in their approach to the goal today, Brisbane, and that's probably due to a lot of the pressure that's been applied by Adelaide. The tackling's been excellent, and this man's been terrific in the middle of the ground. Jarman, all of his smothers have been invaluable.
McDermott got it to McGuinness, back to McDermott. Champion got him, a bit too casual there. Chris McDermott. Bain just threw it across to him.
Oh, no free kick. Amazing.
So he's blind side. Which side? There's the kick from McLucky inside the 50. No, fell well short. He's pulled off the kick at the last moment. Ross took the mark, goes into Lee. By hand across the top to Maynard. Gets it on to Schwert now, who runs by the centre circle. Kicks it inside the attacking 50. Where's Hodges? Up, couldn't hang on. Jamieson gets the hand pass away. Sanderson has kicked the goal. 19-18 to 10-6.
And the second goal for Adelaide in the final term. What a big victory coming up here for Adelaide. They've done it very well. Setting it up in that first quarter when kicking against the Breeze. They held a 9-point advantage at the quarter-time break. They went on from there. They were leading by 49 points at half-time, 64 points at three-quarter time.
The margin 66, so Adelaide exactly double Brisbane's score. Ross wins in the middle. Kennedy works it out for the Bears. Maynard the hand pass backwards. Lee had it spent. Wiedemann there, grabbed when he didn't have the ball. And now holding the ball, says the umpire.
Well, that is a tough decision because Wiedemann was clearly held before that free kick was paid. Unless the umpire thought he was in possession or over the ball, but it did appear to be a free kick to Wiedemann. He can't believe it. You wouldn't want to be stared too often by him, would you, Wiedemann? He's got a evil look in his eye.
So Ray Windsor, he came back to the seniors last week and kicked the goal after the siren to get the draw for the Bears. He's kicked a goal here. His second for the day. Ten goals the margin, Adelaide in front. Here's Ingerson from the goal square. Oh, he missed it. And another rush behind.
Just over 2 minutes remaining. 19-20 to 11-7. There's that man again, Max Stevens.
Yes, Scott Hodges coming off, has a cork thigh and will take no further part in the game, which is a bit of a shame.
Meantime, they battle after this ball at half forward for the Crows. Wern comes away, boots it back towards midfield. Wiedemann missed the mark. White rather tentatively goes off the ground. Lee, the other extreme, boots it hard down towards half forward. Storming up the ground is Hart, liked his game. Windsor got it to Noonan, who goes over the top to Palfreyman. It was charged down by Wiedemann. Close to the boundary line, it's Hart. And this one is bending around and goes out of bounds about 50 metres out from goal.
We saw there again, Dennis, just one handball too many from the Brisbane Bears. Three very good hand passes and then just that extra one that put the Brisbane Bears player in trouble.
Big pack around this. Merritt throws it out. At last, that fire's seen it, and the crowd as they've been doing it all day. Free kick to Jarman. Up towards centre wing. Champion's there. Jamison over the top. Champion a mark.
Yeah, good mark. He was in front. He got the first touch to it.
Bit of a toe-to-toe going on there with Jamison. Champion's given it away to Liptak. Has he made some mistakes? Well, here's a chance for Wren. Oh, he hooks it back brilliantly. McGuinness keeps it going forward. He's got Wren in support. Tony McGuinness on his wrong kicking foot. Centering kick. Too long for Ingerson. Bain is there. And they get back in defence. Green. And the kick by Green. Over half-back. We're playing out the last minute. Merritt goes back to Peter Worsfold. His kick over centre wing. Oh, big climb. Almost a great mark taken down there by Ross. But he's given away the throw.
Yes, we saw that. Wiedemann paid the mark of the week the other day by doing the same thing, Drew. He put his hands on the shoulders to get that lift, and that's certainly illegal.
Hutton slides and marks on the 50.
Champion being taken from the ground after that last mistake. Armat back on.
Now the kick by Hutton. There goes the siren. Oh, it's a beautiful looking kick. Plenty of distance. Did it score? It scored a behind. And the Crows have scored a big victory.
It was the second quarter which gave Adelaide the break, making maximum use of the breeze before the rain came. Scott Hodges celebrated his birthday by kicking 8 goals, equalling the club record and answering a few critics in the process. In other games played today, the West Coast Eagles fell in by a solitary point against a determined Richmond at the MCG, and Geelong's forward power proved too much for Fitzroy. 9 goals from the Cats in the final quarter made the New Look Lions appear very ordinary. That wraps up AFL football for this weekend. Next Saturday, Adelaide travels to Moorabbin to take on the Saints, but all eyes will be on Tony Lockett's tribunal appointment during the week. The sport continues on 7 from 11:20 this evening with all the highlights of the Oscar and NASCAR finals from the Calder Thunderdome. Until then, enjoy your evening here on 7.
This has been another 7 Sport production, the network of the 1992 Barcelona Olympics. Football 92, proudly brought to you by Mitsubishi Motors, BP Australia, CUB, Westpac, Rocker Brothers and Foodland.